mum ewo Franco Trading Enterprise wo ma dwasuo bi e pen wo no obenya bi ewo ho ne number e 0246 422338 0246 422338 eno anase ko Google Play Store na ko download wo no mo app ni bi na wo no omo endi ensawoso ewo ho enwumre yi ensema hodo a wo beti ni bi ni se
enanu fiada enamrase badwafiefo wo mo kwa eno wo mo se budget no ya reject ene de breaking news aba e kire mu se Ghana 2022 budget no emrase badwafiefo no wo mo agye atumye de homa ne boni nyina eba
na wasansem ni mu na omde kokoba ba bonte omo chese chame hene ne hu a emfa no no amanfo bi de ayetwapia na enye
emrase badwani ema Medina Francis Xavier Sosu ese de bench warrant ne de ato no so ye kase wa filing eye motion bi akwakopie mu ewo Accra High Court
na sa bench warrant ni mu na James Agaga e de abase a emfa mrakwa mu krakrakrakra
ene adwumayefo ma tobu to ase de ya close no wo mo ye demonstration bi ma wo mo kopie mu ewo Ghana ye mrase badwafie e de peti han ekokoma speaker
na Greek kofo nso na ekase na omechese bronya yi ahwe akumasefo mbedi no dumsom na omo srepa se omo ntimi mfa timetable ma
enwumre be kopie mu ewo Ajabin District Court eno ewo nkran ha ema mienu na court no abo wo mo ka ene obia etua 3600 na de ne wo ma yeyi
NCCC penimpa de ababonte a wo chese oman masundwa ye wo no ye ma ne nsom ye bo pa
ensem pinu aka we ne mo ho ne abo ne bedede so mo sanwumre no nsia aka se bo ewo vision 193.5 kasafidie eso ye kan wo se ukoye Facebook page ho sesi a wo de uko Facebook a wo ho bo vision 1 FM Yadamu live. And ye, ubetima here say TV. Eya se, o se na the comment no so ato ase e de amaye. Anwumre ye no mo ye se nwakase boye be kenkan de amamoa. Media ne amma adoma obidiamba Allen aka YOPOO mene.
KOFI YESU.
YESU abamudi akase bo ne betumi afurase pa. Ye kase de breaking news wa aba wo man mu sesi a wo bi e kan. Wonte ya vision 1 ene enwume no se aka se eboy mu na abetume atie 2022 budget no a Ken Oforiata ekogira mrahye badwafie kwa kenkan ye ene e-levy ho nsensam aba ne mobile money wo se ne ade tobut ho nsensam we ne tobut awodo e close ne down ne ade no ena ye kasa yi Ghana ye mrahye badwafie fo agye sa budget na tum wo ma approve ne te se be frase adudwuma ene sa na we eye abradom kase mu Ghana ye mrahye badwafie ene wo mo file motion se de nanu fiada no esi ye a wo sha na speaker ti adwam eye Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagwin na wati adwam wo na wo gire mu e ma budget no wo mo reject ye no wo mo si na eni wo man Ghana ye mre mu kura na we se no wo sha Ken Oforiata budget o kenkan ye no emu no ena dom kuma no na wo mu na ewo Ghana ye mrahye badwafie na anu fiada no enti na nipa no kura number no kura nso na nso so no speaker jina mu ya manie dom kuma no a wo mu de budget no mani kura anye ho dada no wo mu jejina mo na so say yes ma budget no wutim so speaker jina mu ma ye reject ana so mo reject o mbotu gui emma dom kese ne kwa keka ho se bebre sem eni ye mremu na nka speaker ne hu kwan se wo ye ne sa na so ne nyina mu no dom kuma ne de o mo kan wo ma no se o ya reject budget no enne na kopie mu e wo Ghana ye mrahye badwafie a edom kuma no wo manko ba kokora na wo mu ni ho wo hwe wo mu nkonya no a wo bia ante so edom kese ne majority side no enne ne no mu guo bebre na so dom kuma no wo bia anko wo bia nim de si wo mu ekwan eti eno nenne edom kese ne sa kofa asem ne ba bio se efiada no de si ye no na enimrem eti e wo se wo mutumi sa ato aba no bio na ye hwese we se no ye besa reject ana se wo hwa budget no ye beje atumupa na eno na majority leader o se tie mensa bonsu wo gina mu eno wo kasa ye eno wo kire mu se na no fiada de esi ye no wo kire mu aka ama Ghana fo nyina ate ase se na enimrem efise na number no kura na enso ye ni kan kotie ni kire mu no emra.
Mr. Speaker, you may recollect that when we came to correcting the votes and proceedings, I drew attention to item numbered 8 on pages 9 and 10 of today's votes and proceedings, and drew attention to the fact that the budget statement, arguably, the most important document that the government produces in a year was presented to this House by the Minister responsible for Finance on behalf of the President on Wednesday, the 17th of December, by a motion. Mr. Speaker, the votes and proceedings provide, indeed they have captured, that at the time of the approval or disapproval of the budget, the number in this chamber, as recorded in the votes and proceedings, was exactly 137 members. Mr. Speaker, our orders provide under Order 1091, and I quote, "No question for decision in the House shall be proposed for determination unless there are present in the House not less than 1/2 of all the members of the House. And except otherwise provided in the Constitution, the question proposed shall be determined by the majority of votes of the members present and voting." Mr. Speaker, this provision is fortified by Article 104 of the Constitution, which provides, so Speaker, with indulgence, I want to read that except 1041, except as otherwise provided in this Constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by the votes of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all the members of Parliament present. Mr. Speaker, evidently, the number 137 that was relied on by this House to reject the budget did not meet the asset test established by the Constitution under Article 104(1).
Majority leader say chairman Sabonsu and Nemra Shebejefie na asema de tu dwa no was say efia da no de si ye no speaker wa nimra so ena wogina mu madom kuma ne budget no etugu ye na ensem fata etina no si ye na deputy speaker eye Joseph Osewusujo why say waye no se ene ye no kore efia da de si na entwaye etiya ye wo chamber ha no minority no wa ha wo mu ni ha o ye de number ne so pa ne ohwe mra ni mu ye number no a ehia se betumi ato aba ne ade no se ye so etimu amu anyina se mogitu mu ane ye munka ye ne wo mo sa ato aba ne foforo ne oh wo ma ato aba ne foforo ye bibia foforo kura etie se wo mo to aba ne wie ne te se obia asode ade atumi ade na se wo se budget no wo mo approve pa etie ne emrahye bedwafie abra na ekoso sa anso so yenkotie se de esisi ye
137 of you plus me, MP for Bekwai, 138. For the avoidance of doubt, let me read out the constitutional requirements so that there's no confusion as to who can vote, what numbers are required to take a decision. Article 104(1), except as otherwise provided in this Constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by the votes of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all the members of Parliament present. What it means is that before you take a decision, there must be at least a majority of all members present. With me, we have 138 members. That's the majority. It doesn't mean that all the 138 must vote yes or no. A majority of this 138, their decision will carry the day. I'll go ahead and put the question on the motion proposed before us. All in favor of the motion, say aye. All against, say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried.
Nache se Jose wusu no wachirem se ya mamra no wushemu a se wom kwakwotwa ba na se wom at least half of the house wom betumi ato na wose wom ho no mo ye 137 ono ka ho 138 enti che se wom abrosho se wom timi to aba na wom ato ne foforo na budget no wom agi atum enti se dom kuma no wom anko wom de wom susu se fiada no ya reject so na de wom kwa no wom se mmara no ma ho kwa se wom number no wom betumi approve budget enti wom agi atum pa na eno ati ne ma ho kwa ma finance minister Kenoforiata no ma shebe dwafie ho ene ya se wono soso wo meka ne nsema etwato wo sore kasa ne wo kirem se wo ma approve budget no de ne soso no edom kuma no ha wo mo budget ni mu no wo behwe se wo metumi aka ho asem.
We now move forward, and I'd like to assure the minority that in committee I'll look to address their concerns as enumerated in their open letter to the public. Mr. Speaker, we have nothing to fear but to move forward in a united way. Let us challenge ourselves for the triumph of higher achievement, and let's re-establish the Black Star of Africa for a Ghana beyond aid. Mr. Speaker, I would like to assure the minority that in committee all of these issues will be addressed, and we will have established a budget that will build an entrepreneurial nation, resolve our unemployment problems, resolve our debt problems, and ensure that the roads that we all require will be built. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Ani echogu ye Ken Oforiata finance minister na enu atire no ena ne wo mu wie emrahye bedwam adwumadie no wo je budget no etum no wo mu pia bontia ena wo sha edom kase no yesem trefo nhie mu ketua bi eno ena dom kase ba no dani wo se eche mensa bonsu egina mu ekasa no wachirem se enne dia koso e wo mrahye bedwafie no no mpese Ghana manyina ne dom kuma no ne speaker eti ase se de si na no fiada no na enim meremo eti nenne woma kwaye de sefata no wo mmeremu o magye eye 2022 budget no atumi atomu no yenkotie ne nsemo de tudwa
I think you just witnessed what happened in the chamber today in response to what happened in the chamber last Friday. Because of that, over the weekend and indeed this morning, we have been in consultation with our colleagues to enable us approach this outstanding business in unison and in unity. Unfortunately, we got to some extent and we differed on 2 counts. So, compatriots, what we have done is just to recognize the fact that what happened on that day was a complete violation of the Constitution. It cannot stand the test of any constitutional test or even the test of our own standing orders. So it is the reason why we said that it is a nullity, it is void, and it's of no effect. So what we did today was to reinstate, so to speak, the original motion and have a properly constituted House take a vote on it. And as you have seen, the decision is that we have approved of the motion moved by the minister responsible for finance, submitted to this House, the budget statement and economic policy of the government for the year ending December 31st, 2022. That, in short, is what we have done today. So for emphasis, the budget of 2022 was never rejected by the House, and today the record has been set straight. I thank you and thank you very much.
Enti se wo hwe mremu pa na no fiada de si ye ne de obie no won motimi reject budget bia enim mremu eti ene ede dom kese no akoye ne wo mremu pa no na ye papa no enti no eno na osa Ghana fo nyina esomu enti ye kasa de se eche mensa bosu no wakasa wo kiremu se ene 2022 budget no a Ken Oforiata kwa kenkan ye no emrahye badwafiefo gina amamra no so ne kwan papa so age budget no atum
na yeda so awo emrache bedwafie ho no ma na wode aba wochese na anu fie de no a ebradom kuma no efemu gina so ene chamehene ebo budget no etotwene ya no mo chese enyade awone mo beje atumu no na enu achi pepepe ana wone mo de krata aba ya no mo chese chamehene me chese speaker of parliament abamba ne ho mfa ne senti no wode nani ekire mum ewo United Arab Emirates ya ebeka se Dubai ana okọ ho no se okọ akosa de ho yade na mpanifo wone mo ewo ne office na se na tena ye de krata aba bonte wo mu chese efiri sa da na bepeme na me no kase yade amanfo de ayetwa apiapa wo na mabonte so yo mo keka kra se speaker wo yare speaker wonti apo okọ Dubai okosa de wo yade wo mu chese kwanya ye fa so ekasa ansam no wa bonte no enye ne kra so etiamra papa se bia oman mu pani bi ho mfa no na wo betu kwan se okọ akotwe de ho yaresa na ye de be ya twe na ye kan wo oman mu sa na nyade ye sansa yade de ebetimi ato obia na me no kase ye betimi ba se ochena mpo na duru wo so wo se ba na sa na enchiro buo etu obasere pa so obia ntwe ne ho emfiri sa ensem ne ho na wo hwe speaker of parliament nyo no kwa no kwai won ne ho kafo ana kwai na afenso pani wo no ana wo hwe mrese bedwam apomuden sam so metre parliamentary clinic no wo no ana ne na kwai na afenso ne chirofo pani ana wo ne kwai na ne boafo soronko ana ka no ho wo nyina edu omani ekire mu ewo Dubai ya wo tese wo mo ekwa akohwe se na pomuden ebetumi awie pe ya wo tese we kra ne nyese bia eto mre o oman mu pani bia se bia oman mu aban mu suafo bi oman mu pani bi ne ho mfare na se ho kokko hia se wontu kwan kwa amano ne ya so obi man so nkosa ne ho yade a ewo amamre ne mu e makwan sa anti se speaker tu kwan so okwa akohwe ne ho yade ewo Dubai a ankantia mre bia etimo amo kasa tia no obi antwe ne ho emfiri ho
93.5 FM.
Yeah, to some no as so member of parliament Emma Medina Francis Xavier Sosu. Yeah, can say dear wakwa file motion be an answer stay of education. Na the one file no person what say Kaneshi District Court. Bench warrant ya dia to no so I want na manankro for frefe no wo de nko ye bechew wo de nko e say bench warrant dia to so ne ade no wo kire mu say ye montu ye nyimfiri wo emfa emane pa wo se esoso na daye na ninyi de ekosore eho kwa na MP no e kire mu say one day de onwa nyina ne say warrant no a Kaneshi District Court dia to ne so no ye nyimfiri no so na ne ho ento no eti wanei watro ne ma bebre wo che say wona akache na lawyer for say wo mo filing koma high court na high court o enkyere se say no de dia to the so say yen kwa hwe no fa ne na ye bench warrant no ye high court enkankyere Kaneshi District Court say wo munyi sa bench warrant no emfa emfi no so na ensem wanyina ni de etie de bench warrant kura ato ne so no say ya frɛ no court ben premienu wo frɛ bia ye so wɔ ha watu kwan wa ye say na speaker what the crata court no making kind of 10 parliamentary duties kwa ye adwuma ne ade ene nam science so court to actually say there be e kamia ko say yan for bench warrant anto no so ankoche na mfa na ma owura no wo mepiem wasem ni bia da eno ho sensem ti nenne ye de bench warrant ato no so a won so atwa kwa high court say ye nyi no emfa free no so wo se bench warrant ye de ato no so no as obi e wodi bone bi na ye pe no ache no ajojo no e de na tumuo afa kwan bo no so de ache no Xavier so say kwanya wo mde ne fa so ne nye ho enti wo pacha pa high court emwa na yenyi sa bench warrant no emfa emfri ne so na obeka se di tina so su ne wonsem eba bebre sa wo no wo se ne mpeso aso na akwan nye enti wo ne mpeso aso fo e na ekambo mu e na wo ye demonstration yetiem se wo mo hye tiles ne ma bebre video bi akọ viral wakati wo se mo hye tiles mo nye sei e ho nsem bebre no aba na posifo to nsafre no se wo mra be yi sem bia no wo mo koso mo kochina wo se ai me ye mra se bedwani o me kwa kodi djuma parliament muntimi entime na ne wadoje wo mo wo mutimi kwa na so dem no wadoje no afa no kosa court so ye fe na wonko eti de ma ye de bench warrant eto no so se no betumi aboa ama ye kwa koche no de na bai ne wo kirem se asa court jojo no dodo court tete ne dodo wo hono mo ane de asema beto ne so o wa ye se ye penalty ne ye ne sei Xavier so say high court nkana sam no ema no na sa bench warrant no ye nyi emfamfiri ne so
yeda so a ewo sansem ne mu ana mrahye badwani a ogina mu ma de hia wo no mo ewo Bulsa North odonyafo James Agaga no de atudwa wo chese sa bench warrant na mo de aba bonten no emfamre kwam kra na wo hwe odonyafo ya ye kana asem ya me Francis Osuno a nanka sa abre no ko betimi akopa se de be ya sendie ne betimi akoso nanso so no wo dwumadie ma papa na wo se okokodie ewo mrahye badwafie na setiefo nyina be ka ya sa da no a ena na mansan ene mrahye badwafie ne kwa akotena sese nkonwa edi afase anti-gay bill me kire emre foforo ye yetintim dia akwato se ebe ya nka yanyi ntum na nka yemra me yemra be ko etia oba na oba endem ene be ma ne be ma endemu no sa da no na wo so ko de kwa asem di bia na so no na sa da no so na hu hia so obekwa akotena se epunu ti na nka asem die na hu ntusuye ni na etimi akoso enu nti na wantimi ankwa na kokoba ase bia sa abre ya ye kan na ka sosu akwa kwankwan bia ase ana bia wo to dame e wo honom na so wonko dia eno de okase enkonkwochi na nka na wudika na were de eyemrache bedefie adwuma na okokoye ye enu nti na wantimi ankwa na de nti na wo se okase ya ma bench warrant ze enkonkwochi no sa nem eniema ni nyina no enya de efa emrakwa mu
yentu akase bono eso to boot adwumayefo mu o mayi mu titiu ne nkran ha ene wo mu kopie mu o parliament wo de petition tententen ekokoma emrahye badwafiefo ni nyina ne se wo mu akire mu se road tolls a yetwemu no ha wo madwene pa wo mu se minister of roads and highways kwasi amu akwata na finance minister ka o maka mo abom a wo mu close tolls a wodro wo man yimuo na ne boot a wodro wo mu nya ba bi ntanya adwuma no ama brabo mu aye den ama wo mu se close ye enche na so no ama wo mu ho afiase kire wo mu pa etie ne wo mu ye demonstration chenchirenche ukoye Facebook page hodom a na nasare edi videos ne bi begu ho abra na omo ye demonstration na anya agro wo mani abre papa wo mo kyerem se adwuma abọ wo mo kyese wo de ko Facebook page o tesi a bo Vision 1 FM na nasare de agu se ya na bra na omo ye demonstration no anopa no nwotwe ana Accra Sports Stadium wo mo free ase de demonstration ne nante fa mu a kokopie mu wo so Ghana ye mra se badwafia wo mo de petition ekwakoma wo mo na demonstration no akire dede ni ade no de enkotie kakramra wei eye wo sha dede kakra omo ani abrepa na omo nam emuo no na amanfo anenne wo mo ye adwuma wo to butu ahodo omo kampo mu a na tese wo mani abrepa no yenkotie mo nsem omo de to nsem twerefo anim no nso bi
added to it, even if they are not, it's not much, and it amounts to 300,000 a day. Multiplied by the number of days that will be sitting at home. This is a great financial loss that the minister unlawfully has cost the state. So we say it's not been paid for 2 months. Most of us have not been paid for 2 months. But you know, the reason why that didn't really feature much in most of our deliberations is that this is the norm. The problem is that sometimes, I mean, every toll plaza has problems. The problem is that the road sometimes is not good at some places that causes traffic.
Most of them, I don't know what you say. I say collectors no go. I'm one of my partner and some people be said 100% of the money collected generated now. I was told collectors. Anything I need to change from China for me to go to money. And to make we move into me say, me the see the problem say, who them I yet more high than them don't collect. What is that for? It's never for me to man. What do you do? It's a market of black on so market say no kind. And yet bread. What is the motive? The motive is first you to my back. And Ghana, you say, I said, missing that, why you be look at some demonstration here. I'm not question myself. Sometimes will be government accountable.
We a to boots at my friend, almost so much. About one more Facebook page, one what Miss Yenu and said, we did them. And one more year demonstration, pa, not to be one more. Not to say we cry na ni dua the crutches no what him say me first time we say we mo di dem na ye omo ya ne de omo ye demonstration omo say we say to boot omo pa na net na no do no na net na no nti dem na so omo na eye oh shepa ya na
YOPOO omo crutches ni emienu no osomu de hye ne moto mu am na ase wato no wahuja na ho kakra
say opeso okose na be obetimi akontem
so obedu na basa yina
se so na dwuma ebo no na wo mkokopie mu ewo emrahye badwafie no wo mo kyerefo panyini Edward Duncan wona gina mu e de petition no ema parliament abere wo de ma parliament yentie nsemo de tudwa.
The budget statement that was read by the finance minister, we noticed that in the budget, toll collection was supposed to be scrapped. Now, in our petition, we outlined the reasons that was given was traffic and pollution and certain things, and we've outlined some points in our petition that if Parliament take a look at that one, there will be no need to scrap the tolls because the traffic situation we addressed, the pollution issue be addressed. So that is why we're presenting this petition. The number of workers as well, because at a point in time we heard the Minister of Information say that we're not even up to 100, but I can tell you that we're more than 800 toll workers. So all of us as it is now, we are all at home, not doing anything.
We a trafo panyini Emma Ghana Toll Workers Group no Edward Duncan na di wogina mu G petition no a deputy majority chief whip Habib Idrusu waka kire wo mo se mo mo de atudwo petition nim no wo de aban behwe na wasiesie e de ama wo mo.
The law on toll on our roads is an establishment of parliament law and cannot easily just be scrapped by just a statement. So after the Minister of Finance delivered the budget statement on behalf of the President, there was a lot of chaos in other parts of the country. you know how normally Ghanaians take our budget. They will just think that as the minister make the pronouncement that toll payment will be suspended or scrapped, people will think that it is immediately. They don't think that the budget needs to be approved before such suspension is done. So there was this kind of back and forth, drivers and toll collectors, that, oh, they said we shouldn't pay toll again, and you said we shouldn't pay, and those kind of things. So the minister who has the sole responsibility on the operationality of the toll booth, thereby suspending its activities.
Deputy Majority Chief Whip Habib Idrisu wono nene toll booth adwumayefo demonstration omo ye de petition kopie mu e parliament no wogina mu e wo aban din mu na oje ye a waka kire omo se aban e be hwe na waye de omu hia nyina e de ama wo mo
na yentu aso na yemfin kramantem kopie mu wa asante mantem mu na nena nsemtwefo nhie mudie ana ekoso ho na ekoya na electricity company of Ghana, yeah, 20 year can say ECG, and I feel so Ghana Great Company, and also 20 year can say Great Co. And a woman in a cocoa mutibomo, Santimantema, woman, and some Jeffon Shimo, Ewo, Nanina, HS, Santimantemo Bears, and our Chimiansa, Acronium, a yada press or press, or Doom so be a coso, Ewo, na a year BB. And I know so be a toy, ewo bogo so, ya no war, Western North Hornum baby, and I cocoa boy, na and so the toys are no, and a nam so much at our ye be a siabonte and pimpi. Yatakas and network pool, both say, Daddy and some sort of tintin fitano cocobi, I was rono. Aha, and ubie, and I'm from a boy, a cocoa boo, and a boo yanum, and I got tall, Greco for a home and a baco so, and also a boo, one of my homanum. Yana, na holding ya, edema, a santimantem now, for one more book or sworn na ya 330 kV and a timid ma or more free aboas in echo a tiabana sano emma empofri mu honum na no dum so ebai na no na greek ko for e kasa no mo chese ebu wo ma homa no makoma miensa meni wo kasa yi wo matimi asi baako ya mienu na aka no wo muguso mo ye adwuma entini na nka santimantem for kra no e pa cho se ebe ye yi a ka wo de mo fa timetable mbra bontene ehun se bia no pa no nsia e ko pema nwumre no nsia ye bedum kane no anadwo de som ko pema no pa na nka wo maso eno na greek for any ECG for dia to dwo mo chese se de se kane na kwa akoye no wontumi nkyere pote se bia ene ebiri se na asa don so kane ne beko na watimi agina so de ababonte nto mbesere pa se da akwakoye idie preso saa ene beba na enye omo o biribi ena akwakofa amana basa na kwancherefo pani e de Ghana Great Company e betwan se Greek konum eye engineer Vincent Boache wono no ogina pani nsimpie so de nsemo nyina etudwa e wasantemantem enedei
na nsentembe na otwemienu miensen se de kuma se kania asem aya edura nwumre du baabi o se binumo eko off no enu enti ene yene muhia se de ebekire mu de enti a esi ene de yeye wo ho de de kan ye ka kire mo se yen towers be miensa ene ho aka na de man ho kan is a communication tower ba kubu ebeto ye 330,000 volt lines nti ebeto line no so no say tower miensa emu mienu de ebu kra da o say yesesa no nti sesei esanse na tower na ye wo spare e wo ho nti no ya sesa de ne na de no bi ebubu ya sesa na de na eseye no nti eno na ye ka se adwuma no so nti ye hwese hue be bronya bosome no da adaduo no de ni ewie adwuma no se de be kuma se nka ne asem dru nwumra yensan enyi binum mfi
na ne krakra mu no ena engineer Boache to aso no chese we de chopper kese pa ensa danse yemu kotodwe gu form sa santimantem 40 trio ne importem wono mo nso mu sa mfama wo mo ne yenum nsuo entwe opemu a na se de tie bia wono mo ebetimi aye wo chese me no kase womo de engineers ahodo akwakogu wono mo apo mienu na aka no womo guso mo ye ho adwuma na de etene se ebia nkefia no pa no nsia kopem wi apem to bre honom no obetimi hu se bia nyinam kane ya ne de dodo na se na ho de etimi fa ahoma ne mu kɔ no eye se ntia no no ka se wo de timetable a etimi bua ma wo ye na we de ente sa ebia na anopa ne de na eba na no odin ebekwakope manwumre na so ate eti wo ka se wo de timetable anya de ebetimi abonto we de osro ho a munso mu sa se de be ye ebetumi ayeyie
ECG said the echo de ne ye reduce load no be say be a 10 megawatt na yɛhwɛ no na sɛ ɛno no anso still voltage no kɔ aka sɛ bia yɛnsa nyi bɛyɛ 10 nka ho te bia sɛ mu no wontimi ɛnyɛ timetable because woyɛ timetable na memfa nsɛ mfitiase na wayi bɛyɛ 30 na nka nhia sɛ woyi 30 ano ama nipa ani sɛ bia nka ɔmo da sum mu ada sum mu ɛno nti na yɛntimi nyɛ timetable yɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ ebi adwuma na yɛbɛtumi awie before saa but sesei deɛ yɛ program a yɛyɛ no saa na ɛkyerɛ ɛna yɛaka nso sɛ projects binom wɔ hɔ a yɛde toto akwan mu sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a sɛ mpo problem esi yɛ bi sɛn si a effect no ɛmma bio anaasɛ ɛbɛwɔ fam paa ɛno na yɛka sɛ te sɛ Mary say sɛ nyame boa ne nya de Mary power plant no bɛkuma se a ɛno bɛboa ama yɛ voltage na yɛyie fi sɛ yɛ produce power no wɔ ha yɛ nti ne nyinaa ka bɔ mu a bɛboa ama yɛ voltage sɛm a sɛ yɛwɔ mu no akɔfɔ
na ne kurakura mu no ɛna tibrekese ɛde ma nyinam kanea so yɛ no owura Lawrence Appels wɔno nso de tu dwa wɔtɛ sɛ sesi ameno kese yi wɔn de nsisu yɛ pa aguakwam sɛ de bɛyɛ asantemantam kanea betime gyina ne nan so na afenso mfidi ahodo wɔn yɛ firi asantemantam de akwa kopie mum wɔn yɛ firi nkramantam akwa asantemantam na nkonkoba sɛ wɔn bɛyi bɛwie no na afa dum so na eba bɛba nkramantam da bi ne nyinaa no wɔn hwɛ sɛ wɔn de nhyehyɛ pa bɛgu akwam sɛ de bɛyɛ abiritie wɔ yɛ nimu no asantemantam bɛnya kanea na afenso nkramantam so yɛtimi anya nkanea.
This issue of problems in Kumasi as far as power stability is concerned has been an issue that this minister, as soon as he stepped in the Minister of Energy, he put it on the drawing board. Sorry that these things are so persistent in the Asante and the northern sector. Now it is our hope that we will make sure that these issues are elevated within our power. We will do all that we can to ensure that these problems are elevated.
Eni awuti echire eyeti brekese edema enyinam kanea so ye no owura Lawrence Appels na oti so de nsem etudwe
Ajabin district court won kran ha emamienu ana se se de ya hye wo mo se wo ntua 3600 Ghana cedis obia nya sa de aboso mensia ye de omba akwa mu pa de ukodam no ya adwumaden de abo aban na ba ku dindi Olu Olarusi Toyin Tracy aka Tracy Mensa ana ba ko dindi Yvette Mensa na abeto dwese wo mu e false information akoma National Identification Authority NIA4 e de akwa Ghana card ena nam saya so a enne court afan ne wo mu sa sika yi na ye kire mu se sa ni pamienu charge de bo mo ne se wo maka bom omienu wo maka mu ta pam ho aye bone aha ne meni kwa so wo ye mfom so wo ma ye afi wo mu de false information akoma NIA aya mamre mu e ma ho kwan sa na enipa mieni kokopie mu e wa Jaben district court no wo mo ka che court ne se nyame anim nie e ye no kore wo mo ye ne de wo mo anya de enti ye 3600 na wo mienu obi etua ne de no to ntan a yesi Olu Olarusi Toyin Tracy aka Tracy Mensa no babi wo free yes afa nko utie di na Nigeria yensa mbono no nko ne back Nigeria pa na enchiremu a eba ye ne sem eye Nigeria ni ya ye freno ye Olu Olarusi Toyin no wono na okokopie mu ewo NIA4 mu office okokopɛ Ghana card na okokopie mu ewo hwonom no na tese information wode ma wo no en wo kire sem ye frene papa Alhassan Fuseni ena ye frɛ eye wo hwɛ maame ya ye frɛ no Yvette Mensa yi bona ye ne maame ena wode wo mu di kokopɛ eye Ghana card no ebi na ekire mu sɛ bubu ashi office Emma was a birth and death registry ho ena ne sakoka eye saa ne card no na registration number na wo so no ene ye wo de abaha eno no Kolebu Teaching Hospital eye ba bia ye wo no ne nyina ewo eye information no emo eno na NIA4 wo mu investigation unit wo mu eye nhwemu a no ma hu sem se wo no ne maame ne papa nyina Nigeria fo na wa sheda no sheda contract eye owura Mrs eye Mensan se wonye ne maame na Alhassan Fuseni no enye ne papa no mfa nkɔgye eye Ghana card no ene yesi emre mu no eni kwan se ba ne saa etie ka se de saa Miss Mensan no a wono kan ho ema wo mu di saa adwuma no obi antwa 3600 afei wo Nigeria ni yensa mbɔ no no nkopie mu ewo ne man mu
93.5 FM.
Yantwaso and conservative from na Titinani Edema National Commission for Civic Education. Eternity Akan say NCCE. A young mammy Josephine Nkrumah or the Tuja Waters as we Ghana need Shana Sauti and Yumbreya. But modern Sobema or my Ghana Yasunja ya war a my imunum. I bet me a sumbopa and mo and son of Betimia to trust them. I war my immunity that or my Ghana Sumja ya one home. Was what Nasa no boom compo kaka Bibrema Toyahanum and near Bibremunina Manya who was so chested kon ekoso na moja hwiegu ekoso na mentime ho asene ntawantawa ekoso nanso so my Ghana de bia ye wasumdwe e wo mayimu a chese eye nyankopon asumdwe pa na wode adom my Ghana wode nsemo yina tudwa na ye NCC wonemo national dialogue ye to so mienu ye omodidi wo mayimu se de ba ye my Ghana ye sumdwe ye wonom ebetimi asom twetwe na atumpon e wo mayimu na nipa bia wo munom ebetimi ye na sumdwe na wo ye na adwuma wo ye e wo mayimu ana wode nsemo yina tudwa chese titio pa ne mabunonom obi amamode nsa ne nsama wo campaign fo ahodo osumu akandifo na feso manyoku ahodo nom wonom nsama o muka nyina anya sumdwe na sumdwe ye wonom yembo ho ban na no ene betumi aboa yen.
The sub-Saharan region has become a hotbed of terrorist violence with attacks in Nigeria, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger. It is only right, therefore, that as a country, we are worried, that beyond being worried or concerned, we should take steps to stall the spillover effects due to our proximity in these places. Already, we've seen flare-ups of such activities in the northern and border regions of Ghana, as in the case of the Western Togoland secessionist movement, which threatens not only national security, but peace and social cohesion within our nation.
Na ne kwakra mu no ena owurare Josephine Nkrumah etwaso no cheso my Ghana mu hadie ye wasundwe na mpampi no obawo se bibi yesi o mayimu a ye ntokwa yina kwakwa esempo ntokwa na ye maso kosko so a na ye je mu boko na ba besi fom te se bia ye kwakoto abase ye bon se oh abato we me se ye nwini a de besi die besi entokwa beba mayimu no eto se ye han ye ne keka nsem ne saabo na nipa mienu akwa gina be bi no boys no omonku boys no omonku nyade ombako Ghana de me de me mpem ho asem o hwe me na me nkoye na ochena nko ye nko pa mitiri ho ati Ghana de asumdwe wa ha pa na mmom no obete se bia mentime ho ase anase okon koso bebi a obekom na ya hensem senya hensem a na ya manyokom atuturasem ya potoka se mebeka se vigilantism no eno na ya na ekoso ana afenso de etwache okran se bia bibi ekoso wa ha se bambofo be mo ho ye ha se motia sakre no matimi akohonom se be asumdwe beba no no mo twentwa mo na ase eno na mpempi no etade ntawantawa eba na se ka ni na mu de na chesa asumdwe wo mayimu obesere se ye momode na asumdwe no enkoso antena omayimo.
And the role of the citizenry being central to our national security, there was a recurring theme across the 10 border regions. Some of these include, and this is the feedback from the citizenry, as the drivers and triggers that threaten our national security. Chieftaincy issues. And as we speak, we are all aware of what is currently going on in YOPOO with chieftaincy issues and the undertones of ethnicity as well. Another key issue or theme that recurred was land issues. What steps are we taking as a nation to address these key issues that affect our stability as a nation?
Eni awuti ye dwamtirani Edema National Commission for Civic Education Josephine Nkrumah and awuti so den sami tudwai
Municipal Chief Executive for YOPOO South Municipality Maxwell KOFI Lugodo na wode adesrede akodi ama aban senke be ya nka bambofo a wo mo ewo ye land border no so no ewo mantam no emu no akade wo mo hia nyina aban famre wo mo ohare so no mutumi nya adwuma no eyie wei abetodwa ewa abra basi bia na wo mo ya ahohofo be se 202 wo guma edo mbepie mu ewa Ghana ha na Ghana Immigration Service for ati wo mo ewa aflawo eno na no memene da asebe esiye na enhwemu a wo mo ye etese dodo no a Niger na wo mo ewa wo mo ni nkrata eti eno na Maxwell Lugudo wono ne nsamtwerɛfo ɛkasa no wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ saa bambo adwumayɛfo no ɔmo boda ne so no wɔn hia akade o wɔn brɛ papa aban boa wɔn a ebetumi soso ahyɛ wɔn nkuran ama wɔn atumi ayɛ adwuma no eyi.
NUSEC meeting and we discussed those issues, how these unapproved routes are being used. So they embark on some serious operations. That's why they are able to arrest most of them. There are some challenges along the unapproved routes. When you come to a flower border, especially the unapproved route, you could see that at the other side of the road, which is the Togo side, they have well-constructed routes that is very easy for security agencies to move. But at the other side, in our side, being Ghana side, we don't have anything like that. So it's very difficult for you to see the other side. Apart from that, we having a lot of challenges of our street lights, which I am seriously working on now.
Any chagu ye MC ya woke to South and Peswa so Maxwell Kofi Lugudo.
Na yɛntoa so ɛnkɔnsɛn foforɔ mu a na twerɛfoɔ pani de ma right to information commission yɛasapɔn ɛna wɔde ato dwa a wɔkyɛ sɛ wɔbɛsrɛ ɔman mu asuayɛ ahodoɔ no titio paa ɛne deɛ ɛbɛka sɛ public institutions no sɛ mpɛn pii no mɔmmɔden sɛ mobɛma kwan na RTI commission no atumi aka mo ho sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a sɛ bia mowɔ hɔ na pani bi aba sɛ o mepɛ sɛ mebisabisa nsɛm bi na mehu sɛdeɛ mudi mo nnwuma ɛwɔ asuayɛ ha no mu a wobɛtumi anya wo ho nteaseɛ na wɔma nipa no kwan sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɔno nso bɛtumi anya wɔ sɛ saa mmerɛ we ye ba ya ye friend say RTI commission no eno betimi aboa pa ma perepere ye na fe so no kredie atimi akoso pa ma abanya so ya hodo no empempi katasecha na say corruption ya koso no eso ebetimi ate na say betimi abra ase e wo mayi mo wose nipa bebre na bepem ne no omo nte ase ati uko wonom say bi okwa ko bisa asem bi a wose minimo mempene mema wo bisa firi hanom kɔ ɔse saa nneɛma no nyinaa ɛmboa na ɔbɛsrɛ paa sɛ obi anya no ho nteaseɛ na RTI commission no ɛntimi nyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ ɔma yi mɛba no saa yɛ nyinaa yɛbɛnya ahotɔ ɛne nteaseɛ wɔ ɔma yi mu.
On the issue of information officers, Section 73 of the Act says, for the purposes of this Act, an information officer of a public institution or an information officer designated as an information officer shall perform the functions assigned to an information officer under this Act. Now what it means is that every state agency or public institution is required under the law to keep an officer known as an information officer. So
Any awuti executive secretary edema RTI commission owura ya osapon boaten na ote nken.
Enipa besa hanso 700 na ye ka sei ensuo ayiri afa wo mo niema ewo atim wanchi eno wo denchemo mansinimu ewo poemantemmo na enura ensubra ni bi etoye ene dohwiri bebre wo mu wie nipa 700 wo mu nya baabi ena wo nya pade nyina ensuo edekọ ebinom ne nsamtwerɛfoɔ kasa na ɔmo de adesrɛdeɛ ɛma aban ɛne nadmofo sɛ ɔmo mayɛ wɔ mo ɛmoa
ye pie no na ensuo pitipiti tia frɛma no ihu sɛ de ne asɛ kakasie bi anase train bi na eba wo sɛ frɛma ne bosa frɛma eba ija edi akyire fasa fe de de sɛ wo fie kwa huntumi mpie ne yɛda yi pagya na kato so ti da no frɛma no de na nwanwa na ehu ma me kwa so ohu ebida ye dan so nyina pepa enti yesre aban se omwa yen
ba twe ni ba bi a ye fa school fo nkwala wo mo ma wi school ti so mo de da baabi ti do na jo me nyum ba bi on ba koda isan se ye ni ekumu de enti om so ntimi e meka yen ho ti so mo dan he so mo dan he ye dan sa de ahye no mo so ni mu wura no ma be fie ye hu ba bi o me da de nyame a me mo ayen tema ibe nwa na ebi anyin sen na akobo no
Mr. Abaise, one way any money, then you call any nada. A man, a man, performing in our Bakaya, near good damn, Yahoo Chile. They don't enjoy yen to me, home.
Where a man for be more team when she and run Subrane to ya Munimana, Japadia, and Suena San War. Now, this is our Denchambom and Sinimo, I set bring crying of Osu. Once so Akasan watch them say, and Suena de Yami Munier, Asania Mapa, and so one more Eshase or Metumia Bomo Akin.
A balance I am an admiral for assessment and SME the many a barbershop. By a buy any who say a be honor, or mini baby dakra, into a mono and many miano, I see a boam, once I did report no call Nadmo region because we there Ebu district neso. Inti near district near ya join say and then you watch ya emepe and chasing 50 packets near the Abana Omwa Omuni baby Tinakra no mu dey serious no. Ya hwe na omayama.
Wei aye DC ya wode nchembo eye mensino emoset brinkran ofosu na tesene nsemo de tu dwa eno no kasebo no ha na brema kwa me ni nyina asi production team no adwa asare ena LED ye wono ena tena konso no achi ebobo voices ni nyina ede ema motibie afi social media Facebook no videos ni pictures nyina na asare ena asare ni asare ena wo de ye ba ye team no emu ode ni ora no ora ye team no na wamode ye baaye na mo so mo share wo Facebook amode mo comment ni ade yin ato won so ye da mase mo share videos ni ma yin na ye da mase ye mo so ye sum anwumre media ne ama adoma obidian ba Allen aka YOPOO mene